Okay, just to conclude these reports, let's read off the last one on a summary of the workshop on AI for climate and nature, again from Bezos Earth Fund, was held in 2023. So just about a year ago. I'm recording this at the end of November 2024. We talked about Bezos Earth Fund, but what is it? Finally, I get to read it off here. About Bezos Earth Fund and the AI initiative, artificial intelligence has seen tremendous progress in recent years, and it presents a remarkable opportunity to drive progress in climate and nature, especially when considering AI's capacity to not just decipher and connect data, not just decipher and connect data for actionable insights, but to be seamlessly integrated into solutions themselves. The Bezos Earth Fund is delving into the synergies between AI and climate and nature, starting with a comprehensive landscape assessment, which we heard of in the first set of podcasts. And this was led by Earth Fund in collaboration with the key partners. As part of that effort, this workshop aims to gather global leaders in AI, climate and nature, to identify the most promising impact areas for AI, informing future research and funding allocation, while also enriching the broader ecosystem by providing critical insights to other funders, decision makers, and stakeholders invested in sustainable development and environmental stewardship. They are collecting people, creating documents. We looked at the grand challenges in AI for climate and nature, and they're putting out this document saying other funders can also feed off of it. In Bezos Earth Fund, established in 2020 with a $10 billion commitment from Jeff Bezos, it's a philanthropic initiative focused on addressing climate change and preserving nature within this decisive decade. So I'm recording this in 2024. Whatever we can see as progress by 2030 is going to be very critical for where we are headed by 2100, which is a longer horizon than we would like, but it'll tell you precisely where we could be in 2040 and 50, which are very critical horizons. The fund recognizes the essential role of philanthropy in providing flexible funds, taking calculated risks, and leveraging independent expertise to design effective solutions. As a new philanthropic entity, the Bezos Earth Fund is dedicated to delivering transformational change in response to the urgent environmental crises of our time. There are other people in the game like Bill Gates and Schmidt Futures, as I mentioned. They have different models of doing this, but the other entity involved in this workshop and report is Foresight Institute. Founded in 1986, Foresight Institute supports the beneficial development of high-impact technology to make great futures more likely. Foresight Institute focuses on science and technology that is too early stage or interdisciplinary for legacy institutions to support, such as biotechnology, nanotechnology, neurotechnology, computation, and space exploration. Foresight Institute awards prizes, offers grants, supports fellows, and hosts conferences to accelerate progress toward flourishing futures and mitigate associated risks. Okay, some schematics here. I should have edited these out, but I do cut and paste, but I don't have the patience, unfortunately. So we are looking at opportunities at the nexus of climate and AI and nature and AI. So what are the AI capabilities? Just as a summary: machine learning methodologies, educational tools, and capacity building through AI-driven decision support and policy formulation, enhancing research workforce with AI, automated monitoring and data management, NLP, and computer vision for environmental insights. We looked at these definitions in the first podcast of these series. Ethical challenges and limitations of AI, innovations in generative AI and autonomous systems, all defined in the first podcast of this series. We call it landscape evaluation of AI for climate and nature. So innovations in generative AI and autonomous systems, and AI for optimization and workflow efficiency. Okay, so here is another more detailed schematic on how climate and AI and nature and AI can come together. So if you go towards climate and AI, technology advancement and innovation, education, communication and trust, financial and economic considerations, systems and holistic approaches, legislation, regulation and policy, societal and behavioral challenges, data and information management. What's on the nature side? You have research, innovations and future directions, awareness, education and conservation strategies, data, technology and AI in conservation, policy, governance and global commitment, biodiversity, extinction and ecosystem impact, planning, infrastructure and technology, emissions and monitoring, and geopolitical and global perspectives. I didn't read any of the bullets underneath, but let's read for geopolitical and global perspectives. What do we have? Carbon markets and digital solutions. AI's double-edged sword, so whether it will be beneficial or can do crazy things for society or against society. Behavioral change and decision making, which also we mentioned here, and multi-scale analysis and the role of oceans. Okay, the sustainable ocean management, ocean CDR is a big thing, blue carbon is a big thing, and yet overfishing and everything else goes on. So what is the role of the oceans? Participants then deep delve on specific challenge solution spaces based on impact and produced briefs on the following 8 proposed spotlight opportunity areas. Again, without reading the detail, under climate, a global, accurate and authoritative account of greenhouse gas flux separated out by origin and owner. AI accelerated building decarbonization. Under nature, we have unleashing AI enabled decisions for a thriving planet through the data mesh. We didn't look at the data mesh. It's basically like covering the entire planet with a net that is full of observations, almost heading towards digital twin, for which you will need such data. Transforming access to geospatial information that accelerates pathways from data to insight to impact and action. The trillion sensor challenge, ubiquitous intelligent low-cost sensors and universal sharing for biodiversity to make measurement, reporting and verification trivial for conservation at any scale on land or underwater. And trees for life. Here, climate and nature together, advancing climate justice through decolonization of data. Climate Policy Tracker 2.0, which we looked at in the first set of podcasts as well. How to quantify impacts then? Participants were asked to evaluate the potential impact of each spotlight. So these are the spotlights and then impacts. The evaluation was based on 3 distinct criteria. Challenge impact, which gauged the overall impact should this climate or nature challenge be solved. AI impact, assessing the significance of AI to the solution space for the climate or nature challenge. And counterfactual impact, considering the current saturation or overcrowdedness of the field. It measured the added value of pursuing the specific spotlight. So that's called counterfactual impact. For each criteria, participants were asked to vote for the top 3 spotlights with the highest impact in that category based on their domain of expertise. The results are presented in the following plot. I won't go into details, but you can see this one stands out here under advancing climate justice through decolonization of data, and the colors here are challenge impact, AI impact, and counterfactual impact, which is considering all the overcrowded participation, what additional value can be accomplished with this spotlight. Okay, so you see the various votes here. Global, accurate and authoritative account of greenhouse gas flux separated out by origin and owner. Counterfactual impact is small, but AI impact is higher. So these are the number of people voting here. AI accelerated building decarbonization, unleashing AI-enabled decisions for a thriving planet through the data mesh. Transforming access to geospatial information that accelerates pathways from data to insight to impact and action. Not too many people there. These three are doing quite miserably. Trillion sensor challenge and trees for life. This, as we said, and then there is a climate policy tracker where AI impact is high according to more number of forests. What is the future like then? With this section, we explore the uncharted territory of AI's potential impact on climate and nature conservation. We aim to determine if there exist unrealized AI advancements that could accelerate the scale-up in high-impact solutions for climate and nature challenges. Simultaneously, we assess the meta-challenges that may hinder the realization of these solutions. By examining both AI's horizon of untapped potential and the broader obstacles in its path, we seek to provide a comprehensive view of the AI-specific paths that must be tackled in support of the climate and nature communities in the coming years. Okay, finally, steering the next generation of AI in support of climate and nature. When answering the question, what is the next generation of AI to be developed specifically in support of the climate and nature communities? Participants here proposed 47 distinct directions. The answers reflect two predominant threads. Firstly, there is a clear interest in adapting and applying existing AI technologies specifically to climate and nature challenges. Secondly, there is a call for expanded research and innovation in already existing technologies and methodologies that hold potential for significant contributions to these fields. Okay. In the first category, existing AI technology that is yet to be applied to climate and nature challenges, the main themes that emerged are robust and specialized AI models, data fusion and multimodal analysis, AI-driven decision support and monitoring, innovation in materials and sustainability, enhancing data accessibility and collaboration. Okay, there are a lot of details there that I'm not reading. In the second category, existing AI research directions that, if AI developed further, would significantly accelerate solutions climate and nature challenges, solutions to climate and nature challenges. The main themes are data efficiency and variability, trustworthiness and explainability in AI, language and cultural inclusiveness in AI. So basically, explainability in AI is that it should become less and less of a black box. You throw data into it and it spits out something. A lot of them make sense, but you don't know how it got there. So explainability in AI is going to be critical. Advanced AI methods and human AI partnerships, proactive management and proactive management of unanticipated consequences. Okay. The panel discussion then looked at meta challenges for AI, meta challenges to AI for climate and nature. So day two closed with a panel and discussion on the meta challenges faced in applying AI capabilities for climate and nature impact. The panelists included these people. The broader workshop attendee group warmly shared additional insights to the given questions throughout this session during the discussion sessions. Okay, so this section of the panel concluded. Finally, the fragmented and redundant nature of funding. There are other paras that I skipped. Finally, the fragmented and redundant nature of funding initiatives was a recurring topic, alongside calls for cohesive, long-term commitments to the cause. Despite the prevailing interest in the field, there seems to be potential for broader engagement that remains untapped. Questions were raised about the equitable representation of marginalized communities, especially those from the global south. The consensus was clear. The present times demand decisive and efficient action in leveraging AI for addressing the monumental climate challenge. Okay. Closing remarks, the last slide then. This workshop convened diverse experts and stakeholders to systematically identify gaps and capitalize on opportunities at the intersection of AI with climate and AI with nature. The discussions initiated here mark the commencement of an extensive, necessary dialogue in a decade crucial for addressing the profound challenges climate change and degradation of the natural world present. The enormity of these challenges necessitates a departure from solitary efforts, urging a collaborative cross-sectoral approach. The workshop underscored the imperative of weaving together the climate, nature, and AI ecosystems, establishing a foundation for practical AI-driven solutions that also consciously prioritize equity and justice. In reflecting on the broader impact and achievements of this workshop, it is evident that significant strides were made in dismantling silos between climate, nature, and AI sectors, fostering a unique and influential nexus. People tend to work in either climate alone, nature alone, or AI alone. How to bridge these and have cross-cutting connections? That was the breakthrough, according to them. The workshop has successfully brought together diverse sectors and thematic leaders, yielding novel connections for future collaborations, fostering innovative ideas to influence participants' future work, and setting the stage for potential collaborations on highlighted challenge solution pairs. As a collective, we addressed the pivotal questions, providing guidance and resources for researchers, funders, and policymakers worldwide, ultimately accelerating solutions and the impact for the most pressing climate and nature challenges. The Bezos Earth Fund and Foresight Institute warmly thank everybody, and we conclude the workshop with that and this podcast as well. So that should conclude our series on AI for nature and climate, its landscape and the grand challenges, and the workshop outcomes. Okay, so let's leave it here for now.